Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we have a brand new trailer for Black Widow, a movie that was supposed to come out maybe over a year ago now, or maybe just at the year point. It is now coming out. I think July is the latest date we have, and it will also be coming out on the premium Disney Plus $30 access thing, which is probably how I'm going to end up watching it. But yeah, it's finally coming out, so we get a new trailer for it. Of course, we've had a couple trailers way back from 2020. I'm expecting a lot of this footage to be the same. I can't imagine that they would want to reveal even more stuff than they have in the past trailers, but you know, we'll see if any of it's new or different. And yeah, we'll also see if, you know, maybe this can pique my interest and get me hyped again, because we'll talk about it more after the trailer. But yeah, it's been a little difficult to get hyped for Black Widow, but we'll talk about why. Okay, so let's go ahead and press play and go.
You don't know everything about me. I've lived a lot of lives before I was an Avenger, before I got this family. I made mistakes choosing between what the world wants you to be.
That's
who you are.
interesting.
We have to go back to where it all started.
Where did you think I was all this time?
We have unfinished business.
I wonder who that kid was supposed to be.
My girls are the toughest girls in the world.
I'm sorry. We had our orders and we played our roles.
It wasn't real.
It was real to me. To me, you were everything.
Bring her home.
Put your seatbelts on. She's such a mom.
Okay, this is a cool shot. We've seen that before.
One thing's for sure. I'm done running from my past.
This is new. July 9th. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's cancel there. Okay. So, yeah, that was interesting. A lot of new footage, actually. You know, some of the scenes we had seen before, but we saw like extended versions of it. Also, this was a much more dramatic trailer. You know, seems like a lot of traumatic events from her past are coming back up, which we knew that, but like this trailer was much more emphasizing, like, okay, she's gonna go through some shit and she's gonna revisit stuff from her past. And you know, whereas the other trailers in the past seemed a lot more like, oh, we're getting the family back together, we're all kind of joking and laughing, but this is like, no, we're gonna deal with some trauma stuff. There's quite a few sections here of like quite a few sections, like, who is this supposed to be? I honestly don't know who this is supposed to be. Is this one of them when they were younger, or is this just some kid now? Or I honestly cannot even tell who this is supposed to be. And that's the Red Guardian, right? That is the same actor, I believe, unless that's a completely different actor. He just looks similar to him. I guess that's his kid or something. I really don't know what the dynamic is here. I don't know like who these characters are to each other. Yeah, that's definitely him. Okay, so that is him. So who is this kid? That must be his kid, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, lots of, you know, here's my thing about this movie, and this is kind of why I had some trouble getting hyped for it, which I think this trailer did help some. I am, at least my interest is peaked as far as like who is who to each other, like how do, you know, what is their relation. Like I know that they kind of called themselves a family, and they had like, oh, you're sisters because we're all Black Widows, but it's like, on what level? Like, I don't think they're all biological sisters. They're not like a biological family, but they definitely have a past. And of course, the big mystery of who is, oh god, what's his name? This guy. I forget his supervillain name. I like the helmet. I like the mask. He definitely seems to be under control. This guy's like whispering in his ear. Very Winter Soldier style. So I wouldn't be surprised if this character turns out to be under some sort of mind control after all. Yeah. So my other thing about this movie is that, like, I think that there were some leaks to a degree that I have not bothered to like fully delve into, but I know there's a lot of theories as to this character. Some people think that it's the brunette lady that you see in this trailer. And yeah, I guess that's the one thing that's still keeping me interested, is that because I have not bothered to like look up who, like, this lady, people think this is actually the villain under the mask. But I haven't bothered to like look up the character dynamics to each other, who they are, all are supposed to be. And I haven't bothered to look up a lot of the leaks, but I believe that there is at least some leaks out there. I don't know if the whole plot's been ruined by now, but obviously, you know, it's a complicated situation, because from the get-go, and something I didn't think that they would address in this trailer, is that, like, Natasha's dead. We saw her die in Endgame. They showed that in this trailer, which the other trailers didn't show. They didn't really acknowledge the fact that she's dead. I think it's closer-ish to Endgame. Maybe they were still trying to like keep that a surprise for some people who maybe, for whatever reason, hadn't seen it when the trailer's released. But yeah, now they're like just fully acknowledging it in the marketing. She's dead. This is a prequel. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they edited some of the scenes from Endgame of her like dying, and like in her final moments she's having flashbacks of her life, and that's kind of where the movie starts. I would not be surprised if they put some of that in this movie now. I'm sure there's been some editing, because the movie's been technically done for a while, but since they've had so long, I wouldn't be surprised if they've added stuff in. But yeah, it's been hard for me to get like excited about this movie, because one, it's a prequel to a dead character now. Honestly, it's a movie that everyone knows should have come out like 5 years ago, and they only decided like after the fact, after the character's been killed, to like finally give her due, really. So it feels like Solo, a Star Wars story, where it's like, okay, I know who Solo is, right? Han Solo, but this is like a prequel to when he was younger, and we know he's dead. We know where his story ends up going. So it could be fun. It could be a fun journey and adventure. Maybe we'll learn a couple new things, but it's hard to like get hyped because I kind of know where everything's headed. It's a very similar situation. Now, having said that, there are some things happening right now in Falcon and Winter Soldier about the Power Broker, and some whispers of General Thunderbolt Ross, or whatever his name is, from the Hulk series. And we know that he's going to be in this movie. We saw him in the other trailers, General Ross. So maybe there is some little tie-ins involving the Super Soldier Serum and the Black Widow thing, with what's happening now in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Maybe there's some like little crossover of stuff that will make a little bit more sense once we see this movie. Of course, this movie's going to be coming out after the show ends. So it's a weird situation to be in. Not only is this a prequel, but this is a movie that is supposed to have been out before the shows we're watching now. So it's like, it's hard to like, not only is it like, oh, we know where Natasha's story is going, but we kind of already know where the MCU is going, because timeline wise, we're past this. Like, this was supposed to have already been released, and we've moved past this already. WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, I think even Loki's coming out before this one comes out. So it's, like that. Obviously I'm gonna watch it. I'm sure it's gonna be fun, but it is like, it feels a little hollow for several reasons. This should have come out like in 2016, 2017 or something. That's when this should have been made, really, because now it feels like, okay, I mean, I'm sure there'll be interesting stuff in there. And obviously, as we all know, they're definitely setting up the next Black Widow, because there is going to be another Black Widow that will replace Natasha, and it's definitely going to be, if I can get it, where's she at? The blonde girl, there she goes. It's definitely going to be her. I think it's pretty obvious she's going to be the next Black Widow. I think that's how it is in the comics. You know, but I will say this, along with, like, you know, just having not done a lot of research on this movie in general, as far as like how these characters are related to each other and what their whole past is, we're definitely in this part of the Marvel universe where I'm a very like base level Marvel reader. I've read some Marvel stuff, but not a whole lot. I'm very much a DC Comics guy. So, you know, we're definitely in this area of like, these characters are showing up. I know they're supposed to be somebody, but I don't know the details. And I haven't bothered to go on the Marvel wiki yet. So, you know, it's going to be a surprise for me. So, you know, there's going to be interesting stuff here. There's going to be great action sequences, but I just hope that this all, I don't know, how do you say, matters? I hope this all like still feels significant, even though these are all past events, and this movie was supposed to have been out already. And, you know, I hope it all still feels like it matters, like it has an impact on the universe and stuff like that. I'm sure it's going to be a fine movie on its own, but, you know, that's just how it is. And that's, if anything, that's like the one downside to the way Marvel does things, is that, you know, you're constantly having to like, you know, does this matter? Does this affect anything going forward? Because if it doesn't, if it's just like a self-contained standalone thing, it can still be good, but it definitely feels like it's a missing part of the Marvel ingredient. And that's kind of how this movie feels right now, is that like, it feels like it's very much a standalone thing that was supposed to have happened a long time ago. And even then, it's got delayed. Once they were finally going to do it, even then it got delayed. So, I don't know. Anyways, the trailer is good. The action looks good. I love that they're acknowledging that, like, yeah, her character's dead. This is all a prequel. And there she is. She's dying right there. So I love that they're acknowledging that. And like I said, I have not looked up all the spoilers, although you can kind of guess, like, who's the bad guy and what's going to happen by the end of this. So who knows? Maybe I'll still be surprised. Maybe all my assumptions are wrong. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know, has your hype been kind of messed with now that like Black Widow is just like this weird prequel movie that even then got delayed like a year, and now it just kind of feels like it's here, I guess. And we're gonna end up watching it at home instead of a theater, really. So like, is your hype like non-existent? Or has it not changed at all? Are you still like fully down for it? Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.